The sun rose over Earth's capital city, its golden light reflecting off the tall towers and glass domes. People walked the streets with excitement and hope. News channels broadcasted live across the planet. After decades of war, humanity was finally about to sign a historic peace treaty with the alien race that had terrorized the solar system. In the main hall of the United Nations Space Council, banners hung from the ceiling. One read, "A New Era of Peace." Cameras were everywhere, capturing every angle of the event. Diplomats, scientists, and soldiers gathered to witness history. Commander Alex Rourke stood on the observation deck overlooking the hall. His uniform was spotless and his medals glimmered under the light. Yet his eyes were sharp, scanning the alien delegates as they approached the stage. The aliens, tall with silver-gray skin and black glimmering eyes, moved with perfect calm. Their voices, translated by human devices, were smooth, almost musical. "Peace. At last," their leader said, bowing slightly. Alex's stomach tightened. Something about their calmness felt wrong. He had studied alien behavior for years. They were smart, patient, and dangerous. A real threat often hid behind a smile. Beside him, Lieutenant Mara Klein whispered, "They look peaceful." Alex shook his head. "Peace is not what I see. Watch them closely. Something is off." The hall erupted in applause as human President Lydia Torres took the stage. She smiled warmly. "Today we take a step forward. Today humanity and the Zilari join hands in peace. Let this treaty mark the beginning of a new era." Alex clenched his fists. He wanted to cheer, wanted to feel hope, but his instincts told him otherwise. The Zilari leader stepped forward, holding a glowing document, the treaty itself. "We are honored to end centuries of conflict," the alien said. "Together we will build a future where neither side fears the other." Cameras flashed. People cheered. Leaders shook hands. And yet Alex noticed the tiny glint in the Zilari's eyes, a flicker, almost like a warning. After the ceremony, reporters rushed to cover every word. But Alex left the crowd behind. He moved to a small observation room behind the stage. Here the monitor showed the alien ship in orbit. Strange readings flickered across the screen. Bursts of energy that didn't match normal communication signals. Alex frowned. "That's not right," Mara joined him. "Commander, what do you see?" Alex pointed at the energy spikes. "The aliens are hiding something. That treaty, it's not just peace. It's a trap." Mara's eyes widened. "A trap, but it's in front of everyone. They're signing it." Alex shook his head. "That's exactly why. Who would warn us now? Everyone trusts them. That's when a trap is most effective." He turned to a screen showing a simulation of the treaty's clauses. Most of them looked harmless. Promises to share technology, reduce military forces, and open trade routes. But hidden deep in the document were encrypted codes. If activated, these codes could disable Earth's defense satellites, shut down planetary shields, and even cripple major cities. Alex's jaw tightened. "They've planned this for years. The humans celebrating right now." "They have no idea." Mara swallowed hard. "What can we do?" Alex's eyes met hers. "We prepare. Humanity has survived because we are ready. We've studied every alien move, every strategy. We know their history, and now we use that knowledge." Outside the window, the crowd continued cheering. Flags waved. The Zilari smiled. Peace seemed real, but Alex knew better. He contacted his team in secure channels. "All units report. Begin silent readiness. Do not alert the public. The treaty is a trap. Only we know. Humanity must be prepared before it's too late." Orders were sent. Ships moved into defensive positions. Advanced weaponry powered up in secret bunkers. Surveillance drones orbited the planet. Every move was calculated, quiet, and hidden from the public eye. Hours later, Alex returned to the ceremony hall under the guise of celebration. He watched President Torres shake hands with the alien leader, smiling and hopeful. Cameras captured every moment, Alex whispered to himself. "They think this is victory. But we are ready. If they strike, humanity will not fall." A faint alarm blinked on his watch, a subtle signal from one of the satellites. Energy spikes again. The trap was real, and it was coming sooner than anyone expected. He straightened his back, fists clenched. Let them come. Humanity has waited for this. We've prepared, and we will survive. Outside, the sun reflected off the gleaming towers. People laughed, cheered, and celebrated. Peace seemed real, but in the shadows, the real war had already begun. The celebration outside the United Nations Hall continued. People cheered and waved flags. Children ran across the streets smiling. On every screen, humans and aliens smiled together. Peace had arrived, or so it seemed. But inside the hidden observation room, Commander Alex Rourke's face was tight with tension. The energy spikes from the alien communications had grown stronger. His monitors flickered with strange readings that he couldn't ignore. "They're planning something," he muttered. Lieutenant Mara Klein leaned over his shoulder, her eyes scanning the screen. "But the treaty is signed. Everyone is watching. How could they hide an attack now?" Alex didn't look at her. His gaze was on the data, because no one expects betrayal when they think everything is peaceful. That's when the trap works best. The simulation on the main screen showed the treaty's clauses decrypted in secret by Alex's team. Most of the terms were harmless: sharing resources, reducing weapons, opening trade. But hidden deep inside, encrypted in alien code, were clauses that could disable human defense satellites, shut down planetary shields, and even target major cities with precision strikes. Alex rubbed his temple. "If they activate this, the entire planet is vulnerable. Millions could die before anyone realizes what's happening." Mara swallowed. "We can't let that happen." "What do we do?" Alex's eyes hardened. "We do what humanity always does. We prepare, in secret, quietly, and we stay one step ahead." He activated the communication channel to his elite team. "All units report status, silent readiness only. The treaty is a trap. Humanity must be prepared. Do not alert the public." Minutes later, reports poured in. Stealth drones were in position. Orbital defense platforms hummed quietly in the dark. Surface bunkers stocked advanced weapons. Every move was calculated, hidden, and silent. Alex leaned back, listening to the distant cheers from the hall. "They're celebrating now at Thou Blind. But we see the truth." High above, in orbit, the alien flagship glimmered like a silver predator. Its sensors scanned Earth, quietly collecting data. The Zalari leader's expression remained calm. Beneath the surface, however, tension rippled through their command. They had waited decades for this moment, and they expected humanity to be caught off guard. Back on Earth, Alex watched the orbital images carefully. They're moving resources. Deploying units in hidden positions. That's not diplomacy. That's preparation for attack. Mara pointed to the screen. "Commander, their ships are forming a triangle over the Pacific. That's near major population centers." Alex nodded. "Exactly. That's the trap. They're not just attacking military targets. They want chaos, fear, and to break our trust in each other. We can't let that happen." He grabbed a tablet and sent rapid orders. Phase 1. Activate defensive satellites quietly. Phase 2. Alert underground response teams. Phase 3. Secure civilian communication lines. Mara's eyes widened. "Commander, if they discover our preparation, they'll strike immediately." Alex's jaw tightened. "Then we move faster. They may be clever, but they've never faced humanity prepared. They've never faced us ready." Hours passed. The sun set across the city. Outside, lights glimmered as people returned to their homes, still celebrating. Alex and Mara worked tirelessly in the observation room, tracking alien movements, decoding signals, and adjusting defensive strategies. Suddenly, a sharp alarm blinked red on the main console. "They've initiated a subroutine in the treaty," Mara said, panic rising in her voice. "It's activating the satellite override sequence." Alex's hands flew across the controls. "Not today. Not while I'm alive." He triggered the countermeasures. Hidden satellite networks hummed to life. Defensive shields flickered into existence around major cities. Communication satellites redirected signals to confuse the alien code. Outside, no one noticed the invisible battle unfolding in the skies. Humanity's defense grid quietly came online, shielded by secrecy and planning. Mara looked at Alex, awe and fear in her eyes. "You predicted this? Before they even tried?" Alex shook his head. "We didn't predict. We prepared. Humanity survives because we think ahead. We don't wait for disaster, we stop it before it begins." The alarm faded. The immediate threat neutralized for now. But Alex knew it was only temporary. The Zalari were patient. Their true attack could come at any moment, and it would be devastating if humans weren't ready. He clenched his fists. They think they can outsmart us. They think a treaty will fool us. But they forgot one thing. Mara tilted her head. What's that? Alex's eyes were cold and determined. Humanity always prepares, and we will never be caught off guard. The night sky outside glowed with city lights. Peace still shone on the surface, but beneath it a silent war had already begun. The real battle was not in the streets. It was in the shadows, in secret, where humans fought not just for survival, but for the very future of their planet. And Alex knew the Zalari were about to learn the hardest lesson of all. Humanity was ready. The city slept under a veil of peace, but Commander Alex Rourke did not. In a secure underground command center, screens glowed with alien movements, treaty codes, and defense simulations. The hum of computers filled the air. Every flicker on a monitor was a potential threat. Alex moved among his team, all focused and silent. Lieutenant Mara Klein was decoding encrypted alien signals, while tech specialist Ravi Chen ran simulations of satellite defenses. Engineers checked weapons systems. The human military was quiet, hidden and ready. Alex's voice cut through the room. Listen carefully. The Zalari think they have us fooled. They believe the treaty will break humanity's spirit. They are wrong. We've seen their patterns, studied their technology, and now we act. Mara looked up. Commander, our defensive shields are online, but if they strike in multiple sectors, we could still be overwhelmed. Alex nodded. That's why we're not waiting for them to act. Humanity will strike first. We disable their communication networks, scramble their targeting systems, and force them to reveal their plan. Then we neutralize the trap before it can harm anyone. The team moved like a single organism. Lights blinked across the control panels as commands were entered. Satellite arrays shifted quietly in orbit, hidden from alien eyes. Underground bunkers hummed with energy, waiting to deploy if needed. Ravi Chen grinned. Commander, our stealth drones are in position. They'll gather intel on all Zalari fleet movements. Nothing gets past us. Alex allowed himself a small smile. Good, keep them silent. No explosions yet. We need the element of surprise. Meanwhile, in orbit, the alien fleet shimmered like a silver storm. The Zalari leader observed Earth calmly, confident in their trap. But their sensors did not detect the silent human network, quietly activating shields and deploying stealth units. Back on Earth, Alex gathered his officers in the war room. A holographic map of the planet floated in the center. Red dots showed alien ship positions. Green dots indicated human units. We hit here first, Alex said, pointing to a cluster of ships near the Pacific. But it's not just a strike. It's a signal. We show them we know. We force them to act openly. Only then can we counter them effectively. Mara frowned. If we expose them, could they accelerate the trap? Alex's eyes were sharp. Then we have seconds, not hours. That's why precision is key. One wrong move and millions are at risk. But if we execute perfectly, the Zalari will be the ones on the back foot. The team nodded. Each member understood the stakes. This was not a simple battle. This was a war of minds, strategy, and preparation. Hours passed. Darkness fell outside. Streets glimmered under city lights. Citizens slept, unaware of the danger looming above. Alex watched the monitors. Drones are in position. Satellites are ready. Shields at full capacity. Weapons are primed. All units await my command. He tapped a button. Across the globe, a sequence of signals silently disabled the Zalari satellite network near Earth. Their communication lines flickered. Momentarily confused, in orbit, alien captains glanced at each other in alarm. Our systems failing? Impossible. Back on Earth, Alex grinned. Step 1 complete. They've been forced to react. Now the real plan begins. The next morning, the Zalari fleet moved toward major population centers, trying to regain control. They assumed humanity was still blind. Alex's countermeasures activated. Orbital defense satellites launched electromagnetic pulses, disabling parts of the alien fleet. Stealth drones struck key points in alien ships, causing confusion and minor damage. On the ground, elite human units moved into strategic locations. Cities were shielded. Civilians remained safe. Mara looked at Alex, awe in her eyes. Commander, it's working. They're scrambling. Alex's jaw tightened. It's only working if we stay sharp. The Zalari are patient. Their real trap hasn't been triggered yet. They're testing us. He tapped the screen showing alien communications. Patterns emerged. A countdown embedded in treaty clauses, hidden signals that could disable planetary shields. Alex's voice was calm, but determined. They think they can hit us with one strike. But humanity is prepared. Every soldier, every satellite, every strategy, ready. They won't succeed. Not now, not ever. As the sun rose, Alex stepped onto the observation deck overlooking the city. Children ran across parks, unaware of the silent war above them. He clenched his fists. They think they control the future, he whispered. But humanity controls its own fate. Mara joined him. Do you really think we can stop them? Alex's eyes scanned the horizon, the alien fleet retreating slightly, confused by the human countermeasures. I know we can. We're prepared, and that's what makes us stronger than any alien threat. The world below was calm, but the battle had only just begun. Humanity's plan was in motion, and the Zolari would soon discover that their carefully laid trap was no match for a species that thinks ahead, prepares, and refuses to fall. And Commander Alex Rourke would make sure every alien knew it. The celebration of peace had barely ended when alarms blared across Earth's command centers. Commander Alex Rourke's eyes narrowed as he scanned the displays. Red warning lights flashed, showing multiple energy surges near human cities. They've activated it, Alex said, voice tight with urgency. The trap. It's live. Lieutenant Mara Klein leaned over the console. All major cities? Commander, this could destroy millions. Alex didn't flinch. Not if we act now. Humanity is ready. Across the globe, alien ships moved with perfect precision. Their sleek hulls shimmered under Earth's atmosphere, and strange energy beams aimed at satellites and power grids. Panic could have swept the planet, but underground, humanity's defense network stood prepared. Alex tapped a series of controls. Initiate countermeasures. Activate stealth drones. Shield all major population centers. Deploy tactical units where needed. Engineers and soldiers worked like clockwork. Hidden energy barriers hummed to life over cities. Satellites shifted in orbit, intercepting alien signals. Stealth drones launched from secret bases, moving silently toward the enemy fleet. Mara's fingers flew across the keyboard. Commander, the Zolari flagship is targeting the East Coast. Their energy weapons are fully charged. Alex clenched his jaw. Then we hit them first. Launch orbital disruption pulses now. In orbit, human satellites fired concentrated electromagnetic bursts at the alien fleet. The Zolari ship shuddered as their shields flickered. Communication signals jammed. Alien captains barked orders, trying to regain control, but their systems faltered. Alex watched with satisfaction. They're learning what happens when they underestimate humanity. Below, elite human squads moved through city streets and strategic locations, ready to defend civilians and disable any alien ground units. Their uniforms gleamed under emergency lights, their weapons silently humming with energy. A sudden explosion rocked the East Coast. An alien strike had broken through a small section of the defensive shield. Smoke and debris filled the air. Damage reported, shouted Mara. Casualties are low, but their power is strong. Alex gritted his teeth. Contain it. Shield reinforcement in 3, 2, 1. He pressed another sequence of commands. A protective energy dome expanded, neutralizing the alien strike. The Zolari flagship roared with energy pulses, firing a concentrated beam toward the planet's surface. The beam was massive, enough to destroy an entire city. Alex's eyes were cold. Mara, intercept it now. Full shield sync. Redirect energy to population centers. The shields flared, absorbing the beam and dispersing its energy harmlessly into the atmosphere. On the monitors, cities below remained intact. Humans watched the skies, unaware of the danger that had just passed. The alien fleet faltered. Their attack had been expected and countered. Confusion rippled through the Zolari forces. Some ships attempted to retreat. Others hesitated, unsure of humanity's next move. Alex didn't give them a chance. Target their flagship. Stealth drones move in. Disable their weapons systems. Tiny drones, invisible to the naked eye, zipped through the vacuum of orbit. They struck the alien flagship's energy nodes, causing sparks and small explosions. The massive ship shuddered under the assault. Mara gasped. They didn't expect this. The flagship is losing power. Alex's lips curved into a grim smile. They still have tricks, but we control the battlefield now. On the planet's surface, people remained largely safe, thanks to humanity's preparation. Emergency broadcasts informed citizens to stay calm, unaware that the peace treaty had nearly destroyed their world. Alex walked to the observation deck, watching the chaos above. They thought the treaty would break us. They thought peace would make us weak. Mara joined him, eyes wide. Commander, you predicted all of this. How? Alex's gaze was steady. Because humanity survives by thinking ahead. We prepare when others don't. That's why we're alive. That's why we win. Outside, the alien fleet tried to regroup. The Zalari leader's calm expression faltered as reports of drone strikes and shield defenses reached them. Their perfect trap had failed. Alex's hands clenched. This was their greatest plan, their best chance. And they underestimated one thing, in us, humanity. A bright flash lit the horizon. One alien ship hit by a stealth drone erupted in fire. Others tried to escape but were slowed by orbital pulses. Humanity's preparation had turned the tide. Hours later, the immediate threat was contained. The Zalari had retreated, leaving only small units to regroup. Cities were safe. Civilians were unharmed. Humanity had survived, and not by luck, but by careful planning, courage, and foresight. Alex stood with Mara, looking at the glowing city below. We've won this round, he said quietly. Mara nodded. But the treaty, it's still dangerous. What if they try again? Alex turned, determination in his eyes. Then we'll be ready. Humanity does not wait for disaster. We prepare, we fight, and we survive. The sky above was calm again. Peace seemed restored. But Alex knew better. The real challenge wasn't just surviving the trap. It was preparing for the next move the Zalari would make. And humanity, for the first time in centuries, was truly ready. The skies above Earth glowed with warning lights. Human defenses had survived the initial trap, but Commander Alex Rourke knew the Zalari would not give up easily. They were clever, patient, and deadly. Phase 2 begins, Alex said, voice firm. His eyes scanned the holographic map in the underground command center. Red blips indicated alien ships regrouping. Green dots showed human units ready to strike. Lieutenant Mara Klein adjusted the coordinates. They're reorganizing near the northern hemisphere. Commander, they're testing our defenses again. Alex's jaw tightened. Good, let them test. Every move they make will reveal their weaknesses. Ravi Chen, tech specialist, tapped the keyboard. Commander, our drones are in position. They can hack alien systems if we give the signal. Alex nodded. Wait for my command. Timing is everything. This isn't just a fight, it's a chess game. And we control the board. In orbit, the Zalari flagship glimmered under the sun, its weapons charged. Their captain communicated with the fleet, ordering them to bypass Earth's shields and strike again. But every command they sent was intercepted by human stealth satellites. Alex's team monitored every signal, predicting the aliens' next move. They're confident, Mara whispered. They think they can outsmart us. Alex shook his head. Confidence is dangerous when the other side is prepared. Watch carefully. We'll force them to reveal everything. The first wave of alien ships moved toward strategic targets. Satellites and drones engaged automatically, disrupting their formation. Ships veered off course, some colliding in mid-space. Look at that, Ravi said, astonished. Our plan is working perfectly. Alex studied the simulation. Not perfectly yet. This is just the beginning. Wait until they make their next move. That's when we strike, hard and fast. Back on Earth, humans moved in synchronized precision. Elite squads took positions near major cities, ready to intercept any ground units that might land. Defense grids hummed silently, invisible to the public. The Zalari were forced into a position Alex had predicted: exposure. Their main fleet was vulnerable in the northern hemisphere. Alex tapped the console. Now! Stealth drones zipped through orbit, hacking alien ship systems. Energy nodes shut down. Weapons went offline and communication lines jammed. Confusion spread like wildfire among the Zalari fleet. Mara grinned. They didn't expect that. Alex's eyes were sharp. No, they think they control the battlefield. But they have already lost control. Every step they take is visible to us. Every weakness exploited. The aliens fired back blindly, striking at locations that were already empty. Their attacks fizzled harmlessly against reinforced shields. Human forces countered strategically, hitting alien ships from unexpected angles. On one holographic display, Alex pointed to a cluster of ships. These are their leaders. We take them out first. Disable their command. The rest will scatter. Stealth drones moved silently, striking precise targets. Explosions lit the dark sky. Alien captains scrambled to maintain control, but their orders were too slow. Systems failed, ships tumbled. Mara watched, amazed. It's like they're falling into our trap instead. Alex nodded. Exactly. We baited them into overconfidence. Every move they make, every strike they fire brings them closer to defeat. Hours passed. The battle continued, fierce but controlled. Human ingenuity, preparation, and teamwork proved unstoppable against the Zilari's superior technology. Commander, Ravi said, pointing at the map, their flagship is isolated. If we disable it, the rest of the fleet will retreat. Alex's eyes glinted. Then we finish it. Send in the drones. Prepare the orbital pulse. The drone struck. Sparks and flames erupted from the alien flagship. Its weapons failed, engines sputtered, and its command system went offline. The remaining fleet, seeing their leader destroyed, scattered in retreat. Mara exhaled. They're running! Alex's lips curved into a small smile. Yes, but they won't forget this. Humanity is not just strong, we are clever. We prepare, we fight, and we survive. As the last alien ships disappeared into the distance, the skies cleared. Cities remained safe, civilians unaware of how close they had come to disaster. Alex stood with Mara and Ravi, watching the monitors. This battle wasn't won by weapons alone. It was won by thinking ahead, by preparation, by understanding our enemy. Mara nodded. Humanity truly is extraordinary. Alex's gaze shifted to the horizon. Extraordinary enough to survive anything. And this is just the beginning. The Zilari will return, but next time they will face a world that is ready for anything. Outside, the sun rose over the cities. Peace seemed restored, but Alex knew better. The war of wits had ended for now, but the larger challenge of the survival of humanity was far from over. And in the shadows, the Zilari would remember one thing. They had underestimated the humans who never stopped preparing. The alien fleet had retreated, but Commander Alex Rourke knew the war was far from over. The Zilari had been clever, but humanity had been smarter. Now it was time to take the fight to them, before they could strike again. In the underground command center, Alex studied the monitors. Red blips indicated pockets of alien ships regrouping at distant coordinates. Green dots marked human units ready to move. Every move the Zilari made had been tracked, every weakness logged. Lieutenant Mara Klein tapped the screen. Commander, they're trying to repair their flagship. If they get it operational, they'll launch another attack. Alex's eyes narrowed. Not on our watch. We strike now. Precision, speed, and surprise. They won't know what hit them. Ravi Chen, tech specialist, grinned. All stealth drones are ready. Orbital pulses are calibrated. Even our decoy ships are in position. Alex nodded. Good. Let's remind them why humanity survives. Not just because we fight, but because we plan. High above the planet, the human fleet moved quietly. Stealth drones zipped past alien sensors, delivering targeted strikes to cripple key systems. Orbital defense satellites fired controlled pulses that disabled alien weapons without causing unnecessary damage. The Zilari captain's calm expression faltered. How did they anticipate this? The human team had studied every known Zilari strategy, every possible maneuver. Their plan wasn't just to defend. It was to force the aliens into positions where they could no longer control the battlefield. Alex watched as alien ships scrambled. They're panicking now. Every move they make is predictable. Mara leaned over, eyes wide. It's working. Their fleet is splitting apart. Alex didn't smile. Not yet. We need the decisive strike. On Earth, human cities were calm. Civilians continued their lives, unaware that the war had moved to orbit. The success of humanity's strategy had kept everyone safe, but Alex knew complacency could be fatal. He tapped the console. Phase 2 of the counterattack. Isolate the flagship completely. All units converge on their location. Do not engage until I give the order. Minutes passed. The Zilari flagship, now separated from its fleet, was vulnerable. Stealth drones infiltrated its systems, disabling engines, weapons, and communication arrays. Sparks flew along its hull as energy systems failed one by one. Mara whispered, Commander, it's almost finished. Alex's voice was calm but firm. Finish it cleanly. No mistakes. With a final command, the orbital pulse struck the flagship. Its hull cracked, engines failed, and the ship drifted powerless. The remaining Zilari ships, seeing their leader disabled, turned and fled into the darkness of space. The battle was over. For now. Humanity had survived not through sheer force but through planning, preparation, and clever strategy. Alex stood on the observation deck watching the calm night sky. They underestimated us. They thought one trap would destroy us, that peace would make us weak. Mara joined him, and they learned they were wrong. Alex's gaze shifted to Earth below. Cities glimmered, lights reflecting in calm oceans. Humanity survives because we prepare, because we fight with our minds, not just our weapons. That's why we will always endure. Ravi Chen walked up, a small smile on his face. Commander, what happens next? Alex clenched his fists. Next, we stay ready. We rebuild. We strengthen. And if the Zilari return, as they surely will, we will be stronger than ever. Hours later, the human fleet returned to orbit, regrouping for observation and defense. Earth was safe for now. The Zilari would not forget the lesson they had learned. Humanity was not an easy target, and no trap could break the species that had survived countless challenges. Mara looked at Alex. Do you think they'll come back? Alex's eyes were steely. They will. And when they do, they will face a world that refuses to be caught off guard. Humanity has turned the tide. We are ready for anything. Outside, the stars shone over a calm planet. Below, oceans reflected the light of distant cities. The battle had been hard, but humanity had won. And somewhere, in the shadows of space, the Zilari fleet would remember one truth forever. They had underestimated humans. Alex looked at Mara and Ravi. We've survived today, and we will survive tomorrow. Humanity always adapts, humanity always endures, and humanity always fights back. The night was quiet, but the echoes of preparation, courage, and foresight lingered. Humanity had turned the tide. The trap had failed, and the species that never stops preparing would continue to thrive. The alien fleet had vanished into deep space. Silence returned to Earth. Cities glimmered under the evening lights. People celebrated the peace treaty, unaware of the near disaster that had just been avoided. Commander Alex Rourke stood on the observation deck of the Central Command Center. His uniform was still sharp, but his face was tired. The weight of responsibility hung heavily on him. Humanity had survived the Zilari trap, but the danger was far from over. Lieutenant Mara Klein joined him, her eyes scanning the calm horizon. They won't attack again, will they? Alex shook his head slowly. They will. The Zilari are patient. They plan for decades. But next time, they'll find a world that is ready. They'll face humans who never stop thinking, never stop preparing, and never stop fighting. Ravi Chen walked over, his tablet in hand. Commander, all systems are secure. Cities intact. Civilian lives unharmed. Humanity really did survive this. Alex's lips pressed together. We survived because we prepared. Because we understood the enemy. Because we never let ourselves be blind. Across the planet, celebrations continued. News channels broadcast speeches praising the historic peace treaty. Flags waved and children laughed in the streets. But the humans who had secretly fought this battle knew the truth. Peace was fragile, and vigilance was eternal. In the command center, Alex gathered his officers for a final briefing. Holographic displays showed alien fleet movements in distant sectors. The Zilari had retreated, but traces of their technology hinted at possible future plans. We won today, Alex began, voice steady. But winning does not mean we stop. We observe, we prepare, and we strengthen our defenses. Humanity survived a trap because we were ready. Next time, we will be stronger. Mara nodded. Commander, do you think humanity will ever truly be safe? Alex's eyes were firm. Safe? No, but we will always survive. That is what makes humanity extraordinary. We adapt, we plan. We fight, and we endure. Weeks passed. Humanity rebuilt, repaired damaged infrastructure, and strengthened defenses. Public attention remained on the treaty and the apparent success of peace, unaware of the near catastrophe. Alex continued to oversee strategic planning, monitoring alien movements and preparing for the unknown. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Alex stood alone on the observation deck. The calm oceans reflected the sky, and stars began to twinkle above. He held a small data pad showing encrypted alien signals, remnants of the trap that had been foiled. A soft beep alerted him to a new reading. He frowned. It was subtle, almost imperceptible. A faint energy signature deep in space. Not again, Alex muttered under his breath. Suddenly, a secure communication channel activated. A holographic image appeared. An alien emissary, glowing faintly, calm but cautious. "Commander Alex Rourke," the alien voice said. "We acknowledge your cunning. Humanity has survived this encounter. You have proven worthy opponents." Alex's jaw tightened. "This isn't over. You planned a trap to destroy millions of humans. Do you think we'll ever forgive that?" The alien emissary tilted its head. "Forgiveness is irrelevant. Survival is key. You have shown your species is capable. We will remember this lesson, and so will you." The transmission ended, leaving Alex staring into the dark expanse of space. Mara approached quietly. "Commander, what does that mean?" Alex didn't answer immediately. He gazed at Earth below, glowing peacefully. "It means the Zalari will return. They always do, but it also means humanity is ready. No trap, no attack, no deception will catch us unprepared again." He clenched his fists. "We survived because we planned. Because we fought with our minds, not just our weapons. Because humanity never stops adapting. And we will continue to do so, no matter the enemy, no matter the odds." The night air was calm. The city lights reflected on the ocean. Humanity had won this battle, but the war for survival and for freedom was eternal. Alex looked up at the stars. "We have learned. We have survived. And humanity will endure. Always." In the shadows of space, the Zellary fleet retreated, wiser and cautious. They had underestimated humans once. They would not make that mistake again. But humanity had gained more than survival. They had gained confidence, experience, and the knowledge that they could survive any threat. On Earth, people slept peacefully, unaware of the silent battle that had shaped their future. Commander Alex Rourke, Mara Klein, and their team stood ready, vigilant and prepared. Humanity had faced a trap and turned it into victory. And in the quiet, one truth remained clear. Humanity survives because it prepares, fights, and never gives up.